for your shoulders. So you're gonna need a few props before we start, and I'm gonna tell you what those are now, and I'll give you a few minutes to get them. First of all, of course, you're gonna use one of your Life Pro platforms. Today, I'm using my mini waiver, but any of the Life Pro platforms are gonna be perfect for this workout. Then we have the resistance loops. I'm gonna suggest you use the lightest loop, so grab that loop. Next, I wanna make sure that you have your resistance bands connected to your plate. So I'll give you some time to do that if they're not connected already. And the last two props I wanna suggest are that you have a blanket or something, because we are gonna be kneeling on our knees. If you cannot kneel on your knees, fear not. You can stand or use a chair. And that's why I have these two things here, because I'm gonna give you the options. So whether you are new to the platform or to therapeutic yoga, you're in the right place. If you're a seasoned yogi and yogini, like I said last week, this work still is awesome, it's effective. A little bit about therapeutic yoga. Just know that yoga is the concept of moving mindfully with breath and movement. Therapeutically, we're gonna do some of these yoga asanas or postures, but we just take time to breathe into them, to go a little deeper into them. We use our breath to explore range of motion. And ultimately, we're helping to alleviate dis-ease, discomfort in your body. And what better way than on a vibration plate from Life Pro. So let's begin. Hopefully you have your props set by now, and I'm gonna sit down on the platform. If you don't have your yoga mat that comes on the Rumblex 4, if you want something a little softer, I'm gonna suggest that you put the blanket on top, okay? Just makes it for a nice little padding. I'd like you to have your loop available, and we're gonna sit down. Now, I want you to all think about a few things here. Less is more. Because we're gonna be on this plate for a while, we wanna go on, I'm gonna go on the manual mode. So manual mode, 15 minutes is the maximum I can do on the mini waiver at speed 1. So let's go ahead and start that. I'm gonna add my minutes. I'm gonna hit start in level 1. Okay. So get comfortable in your seat. Maybe rock a little bit side to side while the platform is rocking with you. And you can have a couple options. And I'm gonna give you lots of options. It's super important that you have these. You can have your legs extended. You can have your knees folded. You can have your feet together. But let's all together come to a comfortable seat, known as Sukhasana, easy seat. And we're gonna take our therapeutic loop, our resistance loop, and we're gonna place it right around the forearms. Thumbs are pointing up. So let's take a deep breath in, and we talked about this last week, belly, ribs, and chest breath. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Let yourself hear that vibration of the HA sound. Inhale, and exhale. Now we're gonna add movement to this. You're gonna take an inhale and get nice and tall. And on the exhale, reach your arms forward and tuck your chin. Put a little bit of tension in the loop. Shake your head no. On your inhale, draw your elbows in and sit tall. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, reach forward. All the air out, jaw relaxed. Inhale and back. And again, tuck the chin and reach. Shake your head just to make sure you're not holding tension, and inhale and pull it back. So sitting up nice and tall like this, turn your palms facing up. One more time, reach forward, tucking the chin, pulling the belly back, and then bringing it in. Now turn your hands differently, palms down. That's gonna change what's happening in the shoulders. So push away, and then release. Now a little bit of something to think about is if you have any tightness or tension, don't go toward that point. Just go a little bit back from it, back away from it, and let the breath help you to make the movement. If at any time, sharp shooting, numbing, tingling pain, back off. Maybe just stop completely until we move on to something different. Now, we're going to add on to this. So we've had the cat-cow, and that's very important. I'm going to talk a little bit more because I promised a few of our members in the Life Pro group that I would talk about neck and tension and how to release that. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But while you're sitting up tall here, we're going to add movement into the spine in a different way. So you'll reach your right hand up, and you're going to take your left hand on the platform, a little bit of shaking in the shoulders, a little vibration, and let's stretch over. You can look at your elbow, your fingertips, or forward, depending on your neck, and then sweep your hand down and around. You can follow your thumb with your eyes, or again, just look forward, and then exhale, take it around. It's really important that we warm up our joints before we go deeper into our movements. So take another exhale. This time, hand goes behind the head. Push your head back, and then bend over. Make sure that bottom shoulder is nice and relaxed, and the hands gently pressing into the platform. And take a few breaths here, letting the hip drop, the right hip drop as the right elbow lifts up. And now reach up, inhale, and bring this hand down. Now we'll go with the other hand. Left arm reaches up. That's your inhale. Find space in the ribs. And then as you exhale, stretch over, down, and around. And then reach it up. Take another breath in, stretch the fingertips up, lengthen the side of your body, and exhale. Again, you can follow, if it doesn't bother your neck, follow your thumb with your eyes. The last time we bring the arm up, we're going to take the hand behind the head. Relax your shoulders, and let's take a bend. Now, as I said, you can do this on any of the vibration plates. This happens to be the mini waver. It was my husband's Christmas gift, but I think I use it more than him. Why not? And then come back up. All right. Arms are going to reach out. Just let your shoulders relax. You might notice that we kind of tend to bring our shoulders up a lot. So I'm going to ask you to relax your shoulders down by feeling the bones on the back heavy. Take your hands behind your head for a second and sit here and breathe into this. Simply by placing the arms up a little higher, the shoulders will drop. Okay? Now, I have a move called doorknobs. It's not a very yogic term, but it works, and you'll understand it in a minute. Reach the arms out, and think about you're holding two doorknobs with your hands, and then let's open the door and close the door. It's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. That's how I learned it. Breathe with this. Every movement has a breath, whether it's an inhale or an exhale. I see a few of you are on the Rumblex today. That's awesome. I'm doing the oscillation mode, which is the mini waver. You can definitely use the lateral movements, but I think for what we're doing today, oscillation or pulsation works a little bit better, and you'll see why in a few moments. So we're going to open those doors up. You can feel your thumbs pulling back, the pinky fingers lifting up, but it's not about the wrist. It's about the bone itself. And then release. You see, our shoulders are the most mobile joint in the body. So I'd like you to relax there for a second. And I want to just show you this really quick. This is a bowling ball on a stick, and I just have to share this with you. Yes, it is a 10-pound bowling ball on a stick, all right? When the ball goes forward or back, it's going to fall over. So I want you to think about your head like a bowling ball, okay? It may not be the best analogy for some of us, but that's how much your head weighs, 6 to 10 pounds. I think our brain weighs 4 to 6. So it's super important when we take our head over our spine, there's our stick, albeit a little more flexible, but our head needs to be there. So let's go ahead and start on our next phase of our moves, which is the neck stretches. Take your peace fingers, place them on your chin and retract. We're going to send that bowling ball back. Take a breath in Inside out. Relax. Do it again. Peace fingers. Draw the chin in, and you might want to nod the chin a little bit. Feel the base of the skull come up. Now, some of you might feel that all the way running down your spine. That's what I'm talking about. Release it, and one more time. Pull in. Now that you've got your chin in, place your hands on your knees. You can have your palms up, pressing down, or palms down. Either way, either hand movement, mudra it's called, is fine. I'm going to keep hands up today. It just feels better for me. Now we're going to let the ear drop to the left. Pull the chin in. Observe the sensations you have here. Just kind of feel what's going on. Feeling the energy from the platform working into one side of your body more than the others. And then come back in, take a breath in, and let the ear drop to the other side. I like to do everything in threes. The first time is to test the water. The second time we go a little deeper. So we're going to pull the chin in, and we're going to take that left hand over to grab onto the ear and gently pull, gently. Now press the head up to bring it back to center and release. Now the other side. Inhale, reach the arm up. The head drops, and then you grab onto the ear. Remember, it's super important. Keep the head back and allow the elbow to pull out to the side. My hand on my knee is giving me a little bit of traction there. Inhale through the sensations, and then use the head to push gently back into the hand to bring it upright. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, the head drops. You might even notice already there's a little bit more space. Take the hand over the head and gently push down on the knee as you bring the elbow out to the side. Chin tucks in. Breathe into that. Take another inhale and then bring the head back. Kind of resist your hand. One more time on the right. Drop the ear. Pull in. Reach the hand around. Grab just the earlobe. So it's kind of like your earlobe is lifting up to the sky. You're going to breathe in and gently, gently, gently. Elbow reaching out, hand pushing down. Feel that opposition. Now the head is going to push gently up into the hand and release. Check it out now. See how your neck feels. You might have gotten a little more space. Consistency in breath and posture is very important with this. Now we're going to go into something a little different. We're going to turn the head to one side. Check to see if your opposite shoulder came up. Just notice if that happened. And then bring your chin back to center, and then the other side. Coming back to center, now we're going to add on to this. Take an inhale. You'll turn your chin to the left. Your peace fingers are on the jawline. The peace fingers will help you turn. The hand that's on the knee will push down and push the shoulder down. Press the chin into the fingers to bring it back. Inhale, find length in your spine. And then as you exhale, turn your head. The eyes will go too. The peace fingers will take on the jawline and draw the eyes further over the shoulders. Using the hand on the knee, press down. Inhale, get some space. And as you exhale, press your jaw into the fingers and bring it back. And one more time, inhale. Turn the head as you exhale. Bring the fingertips on the jawline. Take an inhale, get length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Exhale, exaggerate the hand on the knee and the hand on the jawline. And release it back to center. Last time to your right. Take an inhale, get tall. Exhale, turn the head. Bring the fingers on the jawline to assist the rotation in the neck. Pressing down on the thigh. Take another breath in and come back through center. And let's just check that. Ear to the left. Bring it up. Look over to your left shoulder. Bring it back. Retract the chin. Ear to the right. Drop it. Bring it back up and then look over your right shoulder. And then release. So that was about 10 minutes of just getting our neck and our shoulders ready for the next phase. You can repeat that daily. You don't have to do the whole part of this workout. I'm kind of designing it in about three 10-minute segments. So now we're going to move on. You can take your platform, the blanket off the platform, and now I'm going to switch my platform so you can see me from the side. I'm moving it in a way that I'm going to be on my hands and knees. Now this next sequence is called peacock hands, and I'm going to show you what it looks like before I get on the platform. First set, your hands, fingertips are pointing up. The second set, the fingertips are pointing out. The third set, the fingertips are pointing in. And then the fourth set, the fingertips are pointing down. So that's really important in what we're doing. Now, here are your options, and it's really important you know you have options. In the first option, I'm going to be kneeling down. So if you are able to come down on your knees, the blanket's very helpful because I don't want you on your kneecaps. We're going to put the blanket away from the platform so that when you kneel down, your kneecaps hang over and there's no pressure on your knees this way. The shins bear the load. So that's going to be one option, okay? The second option, for those of you that don't want to kneel down, you can stand on your blanket or on the ground and bend your knees and just bring your weight bearing over your hands. So that's your second option. The important part is my shoulders are right directly over my wrists, but more importantly over the big knuckles of my hand. So that's the second option. Now, if for whatever reason you can't come down to the knees or bend over without a lot of stress in your back, this chair, and you'll have to find the right chair for you, the right height, okay? You're going to simply hinge forward and press down. What I want to avoid is a lot of this throughout the workout. I like throughout the sequence. I want your back to be flat, so push your butt back. Okay, so those are the three options that you can take anytime you do this sequence. So I'm going to go onto my knees for this. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, here we go. So we are working the shoulders to get mobility in the shoulders as well as lengthening out our wrists. This is all connected, head to fingertips, to get the mobility our shoulder was designed to do, to circumduct, to reach out, to extend, or that's actually flexion and extension. Our shoulder was designed to do that kind of movement smoothly and pain-free. So we will go ahead and, I gotta start my machine again. Peacock hands. Fingers are spread wide. The knuckle, this part of the hands on the ground or on the platform. You're gonna shift forward onto the finger pads, and then you're gonna shift back. Think of your back as a flat table, forward and back. And the breath goes with you. You inhale forward, shoulders back, exhale, back. There's no weight. Now come on to the center of your hands, shift to the left, shift to the right. I'd like you to feel all the 5 finger pads as you shift side to side. And again, guys, remember, I'm only doing this 3 times. The neck is long, the crown of the head reaching from the tail. Now we'll add on. You're gonna come forward on an inhale, and we're gonna shift to the left, tuck the tailbone, shift to the right, and then reach forward. It's a modified cat-cow. Exhale as you come back. Inhale around. Exhale back. Inhale around. Reverse that. Shift to the right, back to the right hip, to the left hip, to the left hand, and forward. Now, when you're standing, it's a little different, and I'll show you that. Standing up, we're going to shift forward, back. We're going to tuck the tailbone, drop the head, and then come over. If it's too much vibration in your head, hang in a way that feels okay for you, and then back. Now, come on up and shake it out. Literally shake it out. Move your hands. Let that blood flow into the wrists. So that's the first round. I'm going to do 3 more. Now, instead of the fingertips pointing up, they're going to point out. You want to roll so the crease of the elbows are forward, the fingertips out. Spread those fingers wide. Let's come forward, inhale, belly pulled in, exhale back. From the thumb knuckle to the little finger knuckle. And all the other knuckles in between. This is our third one. Try to get the weight out of the heel of your hands and more into the knuckles. That's the point. And now you're going to shift to the left. Oh, yeah. And right. Easy does it. Remember, less is more. You want to just feel the transfer of your weight. The hands are directly under the shoulders. This is super important. And one more. Now we're going to go into our cat-cow. Come forward, inhale. Shift over, exhale, take weight off your hands for a moment, then bring it back on. And round we go. Tuck the tailbone, drop the head, and then lift up. Now, if you notice, if you're watching this, I didn't lift my chin up, I just lifted my chest. Reverse it. Coming side, back, around. I can only speak from my experience working with active aging adults, 55 to 95. They don't like this work, but they're glad they do it. And you will be too. We're going to shake it out. Nice and easy. Now, if that's too much pressure in terms, again, of your hands on the platform, you can stand up on this. I want to remind you, go to a point that it feels doable. And I don't want to say no pain, no gain. Sensation that feels manageable. Now, we're going to turn our fingers in. This one is kind of important for you to be aware of. When you turn your fingers in, your shoulders will want to come up. So drop those shoulders down. You may have to bend your elbows on this if you're super tight. So place those fingers wide. Pull the shoulders back, pull the belly in, and let's come forward on the inhale and exhale back. Now, we know that on the platforms, the wider we are, the more vibration, but this is all about how wide your shoulders are, okay? Not how wide you want to go for more vibration. We're talking about shoulders. Side to side here now. Breathing in for one side, breathing out to the other side. In and out. Last time. Then we go into our circular cat-cows. Come forward on the pinky finger to the left, back to the thumb, and around. 3, inhale, exhale around. 2, and one more. Check to make sure you're not turtling when you come forward, shoulders back, and reverse it. Come to the right, back, around, and front for 3. Pull the belly back, 2. And last one. And release. Shake it out. Okay, by now your hands are going to feel like Jell-O. How are we ever going to work shoulders? You will be able to. Okay, our last one is probably the stickiest and most intense. Again, I'm going to keep saying, easy does it. Bring your fingertips down. When you approach the platform, they're going to be pointing to your shins or your thighs. Bring one hand down first, then the other hand down. When you lean forward, there's less pressure, so pull your shoulders back. Now, when you shift back, it's pretty intense. Come forward, breathe in, a long exhale out, stretch back. The heel of the hands will come off the platform, so you might even come all the way to here because it's so intense. It's all right. Roll through your knuckles and back. Let the finger pads feel the energy of the platform. And now side to side. To the left, that's the thumb. To the right thumb. To the left, feel the index finger. And to the right index finger. To the left again, maybe the middle finger and ring finger. And then the other side. Whew. Now, We're not going to go cat-cows on this because it's really intense. Maybe another time. Slowly peel up and shake out. Come to standing, and I literally want you to shake out here. Okay, open and close. You can take your hands and reach your fingertips down and pull onto the knuckles very gently. And relax. Okay. So again, that was about, I would say, 7-8 minute sequence you can do that you can repeat daily. All right, 7 or 8 minutes doing wrists. And this will be so incredible if you are a golfer, tennis player, if you like to needle point or whatever you like to do with your hands, mucking around, opening jars. This is going to help to open up the joints. All right, now we're going to go to the strength phase of this sequence. I'm going to adjust my platform again. Now, if you want to stand on this platform, I have toe socks on. You can be barefoot or shoes, or maybe you're going to take your blanket to have a little bit of padding. Because of yoga, and I talked about last week, I really like to feel my big toe, my little toe. Actually, let me take my socks off so you can see my feet. Big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel. Now we're standing up, and I want you to think about the bowling ball, okay? Your spine is that stick, and the crown of the head is the top of the bowling ball. We're going to take our resistance bands, and my elbows are at my side. I'm at 90 degrees here, a 90-degree bend. If the bands are a little too long, I'm kind of hooking my fingers around the knobs. You can tie it. There's little options for there. I'm not going to spend time on that. Let's get into the work. Palms are up. Knees are slightly bent. Take an inhale, lifting the collarbones, crown of the head. Exhale, reach forward. And inhale, come back. This move is called the offering. Reach forward. Palms are up. I have no white knuckle grip on my handles. I'm letting the palm, keeping the palm open. We'll do about 8 repetitions and then back. The whole idea here is the shoulders dropping down, the arm bones reaching forward. At the end range here, you're going to feel a little bit more sensation of the deltoid muscle, that's the shoulders. And then again, breathe out. As you bring the band in, pulling the elbows to the sides. Avoid bringing the elbows back because the head of the shoulder joint comes out of alignment, and that's where we get impingements. So you want that elbow right back in there. Okay, one more time. Out. And then elbows right next to the rib cage. Now from here, you'll turn your hands out as far as possible. This is external rotation. When we had our loops on in the beginning of our practice, we were pushing out into those loops. So feel how much you can rotate out. Now we're going to stretch our arms out to the side. If you notice, my hands don't go much higher than the top of my shoulders. I want to activate the deltoid and still keep the shoulder blades down. Use the full breath. Take an inhale to get your length in your spine. Exhale, pulling the belly up and in and reaching out. And then come back. You can sustain this movement. Inhale. Exhale, hold it out. Take another inhale. Exhale, exaggerate the reach out through the fingertips. And then come back in. And a few more of these. So if you are doing this with me, you can't give me a thumbs up because your hands are busy, but I hope that you're liking the sequence. I hope it's making sense to you. If you have any questions while you're watching this live or recording, just put them in the chat box and we'll get back to you later on that. Reach out and come back. Relax your arms down for a second. Check in to make sure your toes are pointing straight ahead. You haven't changed anything with your feet. We're going to combine the two moves for a full offering. Take an inhale to prepare. Fill up belly, ribs, chest lifted. Exhale out. Open up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the fingertips right in line with the shoulder joints and pull the elbows down. Inhale. Exhale, reach out. Open up. Take an inhale. Lift the collarbones. Drop the shoulders. Exhale. Bring it back down. And we'll do 3 more of these. Sweep it up. Open it up. Bring it back in. And then down. Do another one. And I just want to tell you something off the platform. Your hands never come in close. They're always in line right with your shoulders. So when I reach out, they're here. When I come out back, I don't pull them back because, again, I'm looking at the shoulder joint. And when I come back in, I pull it in. So be very mindful that when you're moving, you can feel shoulder blades always down so that the deltoid muscle, the shoulder muscles, are doing all the work. Okay. So by now, you're probably really feeling some good things going on. The muscles are very warm. And now I'm going to go into my next move called clamshells. Now, these are not yoga terms, but they're just good visual terms for you to be aware of. Stand tall, take an inhale as you reach up overhead. Exhale, shoulders drop. Inhale, come back. I have a 90-degree bend the whole time. And I want to suggest 8 repetitions and back. If for whatever reason you feel the shoulder blades come up, stop. Maybe you stop right here. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you don't even touch your fingers. That's fine. As you build strength in the shoulder stabilizers, those are all the muscles in your back that keep the shoulder blades down. You'll be able to get a full clamshell. Elbows stay bent. Exhale and back. I like to keep those bands behind my elbows, keeping my elbows slightly forward. See that? The band is behind. One more time. All the way up, drop the shoulders, keep pulling them down, 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 down as the fingertips tap. And then back. Great. Relax, roll your shoulders out. Have your palms face forward. Now we've got one more move, and again, I want to demonstrate this. It's super important that you understand form, breath, and then the consistency of the move. Elbows will come out to the side. So without your bands, bring your elbows up. The elbows are in front of the shoulders slightly. They're not back here. Let's call that scarecrow arms for the lack of any other terminology. Scarecrow arms. Then this bone is going to rotate. Okay? All your rotator cuff muscles are working for you on this. Once you rotate that bone up, you're going to put a little press up. The elbow is only this much higher than my shoulders. I don't go up too high. And then I'm going to de-rotate and then bring it down. So the move is like this. Up, scarecrow arms, rotate, and reach. Back in, rotate, and down. Now let's go ahead and do it together. And I am on P1 for this, just in case you're wondering what my setting is. Low. Start low. And then as you get stronger, you can increase maybe to the P3 range if you're on the mini. Now, let's do one arm at a time. I'm going to cross over my left handle to bring my elbow up to scarecrow arm. Feel how that feels. Then I'm going to rotate my palm up. And then I'm going to give it a little push. Down, the elbow stays lifted. I de-rotate and I come down. I'm going to do it on the left side. Elbow comes up, shoulders dropped, rotate and press. If you find that you need to keep your hand on your shoulder, just do one arm at a time. I want to make sure you don't feel the trap muscle. That's that big knotty muscle that's done all the work most of our lives, moving our arms. We want the trap to drop and reach. Rotate back and then down. Let the muscle relax completely. Pull it apart, pull the elbow out, rotate the bone. This is called your humerus bone. And then press up, shoulder drops, or trap releases, derotate, and down. Let's do 5 with both arms if you'd like to join me. Elbows in, there's your scarecrow. Use an exhale. Hunch it up slightly, derotate, and down. I'm going to take an inhale to bring my elbows up and exhale. Inhale, stay lifted and drop the shoulders. Exhale, bring it down. Pull the elbows out. Inhale. Exhale, press up. My fingertips are to the sky. I'm going to just hold on gently so I don't lose my handles. And 2 more times. Elbows out as you inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale. And reach. Take another breath in. Sustain that. Let the muscles work. The vibration of the platform. You know, those micro adjustments we're making right now to strengthen all of our joints. And I think we've got 2 more. Take an inhale. Fill up belly, ribs, chest lifted. Exhale. Little press up. Take another inhale. And exhale, derotate. Let the arms relax. Last time. Elbows out to the side. Find your scarecrow. And then exhale. Lift. Inhale. And exhale. And down. Release your bands and just swing your arms out. Cross it over, crisscross. Just put some movement into the shoulder joints, nice and easy. Anything that feels good. You can open up, a little backstroking. So lastly, we'll just bring this down with a little bit of releasing of the muscles we worked. So I'm going to have you sit back on your platform. I'm going to put my blanket on it because it feels really good. I still get the same vibration sensation, just a little more patty. And now let's cross your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on the right shoulder. You're going to bring the elbows up and gaze forward, find your drishti, and we're letting our shoulders rotate to one direction, to the left and to the right, and to the left and to the right. And last time. Bring the elbows up, let the eyes gaze up, inhale, and then exhale down. Head goes with it. Elbow up, eyes up, a little bit of extension in your thoracic spine, and exhale. 1 more. Breathe in, keeping the chin retracted, the eyes lift, and back down. Release it out, cross over the other way. The elbows come up just to the height of the shoulders. We're going to rotate to one direction and then the other. I have all my golfers practice this one, getting the muscles of the torso to help with the rotation of the shoulders. 1 more time. Now take an inhale, elbows lift, eyes gaze to the sky. And then exhale, let the head nod down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Bones stacked on bones, hands resting on the shoulders. And back. Bring your hands behind you on the platform. Push into the platform. Press into it. Chin to chest. Ear to the shoulder. Head comes up. Ear to the other shoulder, chin to the chest. Hands go behind the head, interlace, elbows down. Push the head up, look up, open up the elbows, drop the shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, and release. So that's our practice today. And I hope that was helpful for you, that you can find more movement in your shoulders. Super important. Breath, posture, head over shoulders, and consistency. Take things nice and slow. Go to a range that feels comfortable and doable so that you can increase your mobility and your strength in your shoulder joints. If you have any questions, please hit us up in the chat box. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday when we'll be adding on to our practice with more strength training using weights rather than bands. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody. Namaste.